Walk her down the valley, pack a piece of heaven for the bottoms of her feet. Teach her how to jump and how to stretch when she reach. Like the
Have you ever felt stuck in a relationship that's not really a relationship? You are in a situationship. And that is exactly what we're talking about today. We're going to talk about the impact of a situationship, how to avoid being in one, and how to get out of one. So, without further ado, let's get into it. A situationship is a romantic involvement that exists in a gray area where clear boundaries and commitment are non existent. It's a cycle of undefined expectations where you're more than just friends, but less than committed to each other. For example, consider the story of Leanne. She met Michael, they hit it off, and started spending time together. Yet, despite going out for dinner, movie nights, and intimacy, they never really had the talk to define what they truly are to each other. Leanne is caught in a situationship, hoping it will eventually evolve into a full fledged relationship. But the lack of a defined mutual commitment has left her in limbo. And this is a common scenario for a situationship. Now, what is the actual impact of being in a situationship? Let's take a look. Leanne has been in a situationship with Michael for about a year. She has feelings for him and would like for it to be more. However, the gray area of the situationship has led to anxiety, confusion, and emotional roller coasters. This contributes to a negative experience and view of dating and relationships. A situationship can go on for months and even several years for some people. That length of time could have been put into more meaningful relationships, a hobby, or even self development. So, when we talk about the impact of a situationship, it's not just about the emotional roller coasters it can lead to, it's also about the valuable time you lost in the journey, time you cannot get back. Although you may desire your situationship to turn into something more, if they don't feel the same way, it's highly unlikely that it will be more. You've shown them everything they needed to see in order to make an informed decision on being committed to you. And the answer is still no, because if they wanted to be with you, they would. There is nothing more for you to prove. So, how do you avoid getting into a situationship? If you desire to be in a committed relationship, you've got to do your proper vetting and practice discernment. For example, if you meet someone and they just got out of something, or they're going through a separation, a divorce, they're just not emotionally available, they're not looking for anything serious, or they just want to kick it and see, they don't really know, anything like that, I recommend you avoid. It's not your job to try and be the exception for them. Oftentimes, if you listen well enough, they are telling you from the beginning. They are where they are. It's not your job to change that. So, how do you get out of a situationship? If you're in one right now, how do you get out of it? Well, only you can decide when you've had enough. It takes courage and discipline to stop making yourself available and walk away for good. Some people find situationships easy to get into and hard to get out of. I understand why, because now you have feelings involved. But how can the one for you truly find you if you're tucked under a situationship that's not even going anywhere? You may not be emotionally available to someone new if you have a situationship lingering in the background with an individual you care about. Block them from your phone if you have to do that. If you have to block them from your phone or from your social media, if that's what it takes for you, then you go ahead and do that. Remember, you likely have already told them how you feel. You've already told them. You've already sent long text messages and paragraphs. You've already told them off. You already told them to stop playing with you. You've already done all of it. There's nothing more to say or do. They know. In conclusion, you're in charge of who and what you invest your time and energy into. I encourage you to choose wisely.
The mess, drop it in the water, let the daughter find her image with the rest. She'll be learning how to breathe, spinning through identity, reveal another pretty little scheme. Save her mind, hold her hand, and don't believe a lie. You understand me. Walk her down the valley, pack a piece of heaven for the bottoms of her feet. Teach her how to jump and how to stretch when she reach, like the angels do, and you gon' make it through.